Father.
You're not allowed to use a negator?
No, you can't use a saw because it has teeth.
Serrated.
Right. The Shmuel's father, he dents his knife and he sends it to Israel to ask them, is this okay? And he dents his knife again and he sends it to Israel to ask them. So he puts dents in his knife, in his knives, and he sends it to they should let him know what's considered a invalid knife. Shalchalei, they sent back Kimegeira Shanino, that what can't be used is a knife that has teeth. Now, was his knife okay? Let's see. Tana Rabbanan, the rabbis taught in a brisa. Sakin sheyesh ba pegimis harbe, a knife that has many nicks in it, many dents. Tidan kimegera has the rule of a saw. She'im ba'el pegima achas. Let's say it only has one nick. Then it depends. A geres is psula, misachseches is ksheira. A geres is, the Gemara is going to explain, is a nick that has two points to it.
That's really nice on the picture.
Yeah, let's see if I can show everyone. Because here you have, that's an Igeris, it has 2 points,
like
I know you can see it.
It's a V
like it has a
inside.
V in it. Yeah, I would just think how to... Can I use this?
I want a picture book. Let's see.
Yeah, pop up.
Yeah. Remember that?
Okay. This would be a geras. It has two corners there. And that's a problem. However, if it would be if it would be slightly different, mesachseches it calls this. There's only 1 point. It could be that there was a nick there, but a point, but it was smoothed down with a lot of sharpening. They smoothed it off. So it goes. It's not really a nick. I should have made this more
Slanted.
like that. So it doesn't really have a. Right?
Sign it, always put on eBay.
Oh yeah, excellent. Mesachseches is a word that when something is burning but it doesn't burn up, so it's like scorched. The rocks are.
Natural Hebrew means when you have conflict.
Yeah, it means like entwined. It means like entangled or something. But what it means here is that it's not fully ruined. I think that's what the term is saying. So that's ksheira. The Gemara says, "Heichidami yageres, heichidami mesachseches." What is an example of a geres? What's an example of mesachseches? So Amar Rabbi Lazar decided to fix it. Lazar, a geres mishtei ruches, mesachseches miruach achas. Like we explained.
Isn't there a food? What's that food? That with lots of eggs.
Shuka.
Yeah, shoots.
This guy is thinking breakfast.
It's entangled.
Is that-
all the eggs are entangled.
Is that associated?
That's true.
Maybe. Maybe is that an Arabic food?
In Morocco.
Middle Eastern.
Morocco.
And do they call it the same
It's
thing?
not only
Yeah.
Morocco.
Yeah.
Okay. Very interesting.
It's called
Shakshuka.
shakshuka. Close.
So, you know who would say in the David isn't here in that other Gemara, he tells you if the word is found in Syriac or Akkadian or he says he has all of those notes.
The source of the.
Yeah. Okay, so the Gemara says, "Ma'ishna mishtei ruches demorsha kama machlish demorsha basar baza." It's very interesting. If it's like this, what we're concerned is, you see, there's cutting through the skin, the hide, the skin on the neck, and the flesh, and then getting to the pipes. So we have a concern that the first nick is going to cut through the skin. The second nick is going to cut the pipes. That's a problem. That's why we said it's invalid. So if that's the case, so miruach achas nami chorfas ditzakina machlesh in more shabaza. While he's cutting it like this, he's going to cut through the skin. You're going to get to the nick. It will cut the pipes. He'll have the same problem.
Right.
There's like this assumption here, which I guess it's accurate, that the whole problem of the nick is not by cutting through the skin. It's only cutting through the pipes. We can't choke or it's called we used the term before chanika, right?
If I recall,
Tear.
there's also an issue that some of the skin may end up being stuck in there, and you're not really you're putting pressure instead of slicing.
Right, but where would that be? Where is that problem? On the skin or on the? Oh, you're saying because it's the chopping position?
Well, some of the skin is going to get stuck in the V, and when you're cutting, you're not really the skin is not going to have a full straight cut from end to end.
Right,
There's something in the middle.
Right, but what the Gemara is saying here is that's a concern on the
V.
On the V, but that's a concern on the only on the pipes.
Yeah.
Only on the pipes.
The skin he cuts.
So the Gemara says the koyim aresha desakina. The reason why we said that this is not a problem is because it's at the end of the knife, or the tip of the knife. So therefore, maybe, I don't know, resha means the top of the bone, I don't know. But maybe he's going to
So the Gemara asks,
he's going to do all the cutting before it gets to there, or maybe he'll...
Where's the handle on this?
Let's do it. Let's say the handle's
Yeah,
there.
it's the opposite.
He's putting it resha. Okay, so
It has to be that because of the answer to the Gemara.
let's do the right. The Gemara says, "Seif kiazla machlasha." That while it's going to cut through. Machlasha is like the weaken, but it's going to cut through the skin, and the flesh. But kiyasa baza, when he's going to return the knife, it's going to come back maybe. And that's, how do we know where he's going to make the pull back? He may end up pulling back in the middle of the cut, and he's going to end up hitting that nick and cut the pipes with that on the return.
Right.
So the Gemara says, we're dealing with where he only shechs in one direction. Remember before we said that you need to do both, but there's if it's a longer knife, it's okay.
So what's the difference between a V or the two nicks or that? What's the difference?
Because with this, if you can get through the whole cutting without hitting that, that's not a problem.
But
So
you
then
don't
this one
say
also
that
is that.
in
This
any
one also
time
is
on a
good.
V.
Yeah, because maybe the V is over here.
Right. You say that on a V at any time?
So that's the Rajba asks on this, and the other Rishonim ask. This is all the explanation according to Rashi. The Rajba asks that you can put both of these at the end too, and then only go one way. And he asks other questions, and he learns this totally different. He learns that it actually depends. We're not talking about just a V like this. He says that it's talking about which way the nick is facing, and then I'm able to maybe I'm able to cut, and if I only go one way, then I'll be able to go over that. If I only go one way, I'll be able to go over the nick where it won't actually tear. I'll be able to, and the interesting thing is,
Well, we established you have to go back and forth.
yeah, but
Well,
we're
in
talking
this
about
case,
let's say b'diavad, B'diavad where he didn't, and it's a long knife. So it's actually machlekes the mechaber and the Ramah in the halacha, and it could be the Ramah concludes that inan abukiyan, what's considered at the end of the knife, we don't know, so therefore these would not be valid. But I think the mechaber actually paskins like the Rashba and other Rishonim that just the nick in the knife itself wouldn't have been an issue. If it's only heading in one angle, you could be able to cut along, that it works along, so then it wouldn't
But
be a
if you
problem.
do a regular shkita and you do moileh from Eily,
Then it's a problem.
it's not going to make
Then
a
it's a problem.
But everybody does. I mean, today we do moileh from Eily.
I think they do. You see, even by they don't need to, even by the bird, you see them go there.
Can you do it in the area where there is no nick?
Well, that's what he was discussing.
There was a concern with that you may end up l'chatchila, definitely not.
If
So
you
when he
cover
says-
it with a piece of tape.
He said, did we have a Gemara going to Amar Barili? There's a Gemara somewhere where the person says, I am definite that I didn't use that part of the knife. Yeah. Okay. Amar Rava, Gimel Midas Besakin. There's 3 levels regarding a knife. A geras, if it has these two nicks, two corners, la yishchit. V'im shachat shchitas psula, and b'diavad it's possible. Misuch seches is if it has one of them, la yishchit balachatchila, v'im shachat shchitas ksheira. And if you do use it, it's kosher. Oila v'yard b'sakin. Let's say it's wavy, the knife, it has this wavy. So then, sheichet balachatchila, that you can use even lachatchila. Amali Rav Huna Breder Rav Menachem Rav Ashi. Rav Huna, son of Rav Menachem, says to Rav Ashi, Amat lan mishmei derava misuch seches psula. You told us that it's puzzle. V'ha, is it? We have Tanya. V'ha Tanya misuch seches ksheira. Interesting, the Gersa Shiltis. You said that it's ksheira. Misuch seches. The Gemara says like kasha, kan shehilech v'hevi, kan shehilech v'leihevi. It depends if you went in 2 directions or only in one direction. Let's do one more piece. Amalei Ravacha Breder Rav Avila Rav Ashi. Ravacha, the son of Rav Avia, says to Rav Ashi, Dami l'sasa mai. Sasa is the top of a wheat kernel where you have you have these bumps on it where it could be that he's asking like it's either in a wavy type of knife. What would be the halacha with such a knife? Amalei man yavlan mi bisrei va'achlinan. Who is going to give us such meat? We'll go and eat it, which means that it's definitely kosher, and we'll have some right now if you have meat that was cut with such a knife. Okay, let's leave this here and then we'll